unveiling the hidden horrors of seemingly cute animals. Don't be fooled by their innocent appearances, as there are many creatures out there that may seem harmless but possess truly terrifying traits. Join us as we explore a selection of deceptively cute animals who are actually skilled predators with bone chilling hunting techniques. Number 10. Hippopotamus. If there's one animal from sub Saharan Africa that is thought to be harmless, it's the hippopotamus, often seen bathing in mud alongside their plump offspring. Hippos are mostly viewed as lumbering, gentle giants, but this is a common misconception. Not only can hippos run at 30 kilometers an hour, they have been known to attack people, eat meat, and even fight off crocodiles. In Africa, they are responsible for more human deaths than any other mammal. Demonstrating an extremely aggressive nature, they can make use of their tusks, large teeth, or 2-ton weight to stomp unlucky victims to death. Impalas, zebras, and even elephants are among their documented prey, and the journal Mammal Review biologist Joseph Dudley argues that the pattern of caribou's behavior seen in some hippos is not as uncommon as you might think. These caribous tendencies are not limited to an isolated group within the species either. Hippos will turn to carnivore as a last resort if food is scarce, but also if a convenient opportunity arises. What's more, there have even been known cases of hippos engaging in cannibalism. Number 9. Margay. It may remind you of a harmless house cat, but the margay is a predator with a penchant for psychological tricks. It hunts small mammals such as monkeys, lizards, birds, and even squirrels. Native to Central and South America, it lives a solitary and nocturnal life, primarily in forested areas. It lives and hunts mostly in the trees, discussing itself in clumps of leonis. The margay has a rather skillful haunting strategy because it's remarkably good at mimicry. It has been observed by wildlife researchers imitating the call of a baby pied tamarin monkey in distress. This had the desired effect of bringing the elder group of tamarin monkeys to the baby's aid, only to find the march lying in wait. This was the first observation of auditory mimicry in a predator of this type, and an impressive, if psychologically brutal, method of attracting prey. Appealing to the tamar and monkey's innate desire to protect their young is a guaranteed way to lure them in. Number 8. North American Short-tailed Shrew. This shrew might seem cute and cuddly, but appearances can be deceptive prey on mice, earthworms, and even other shrews. The salivary glands in its lower jaw produce a venom which paralyzes its victims, but this isn't the end of the ordeal for its unlucky prey. Rather than consuming its meal at once, the paralysis is actually intended to keep its prey alive over a prolonged period. This means that the shrew can return to nibble on its victim whenever it feels hungry, often over many days or until the prey succumbs to its physical injuries. In fact, only 9% of its food is eaten immediately, with the rest being hoarded, and for a tiny shrew that measures around 5 inches, it has an impressive appetite. It can eat up to 3 times its body weight every day. This is one creature you wouldn't want to come into contact with. While it's venomous, harmless to humans, it's been known to inflict painful bites onto anyone attempting to handle it. Number 7. Bottlenose Dolphins. If you had to choose one animal to win a wildlife popularity contest, chances are that it would be the dolphin. However, you might want to pick a new favorite animal because the bottlenose dolphin is one of the most cunning predators around. Fast-swimming fish are tricky to catch even in a show, but the dolphin has come up with a solution. By kicking its tail firmly as it swims in a tight circle around the shoal, it dredges up mud and sediment from the seafloor. This creates an opaque ring which traps the fish like a net, forcing them to jump out of the cloudy water and straight into the waiting dolphin's mouth. This hunting strategy was first documented in David Attenborough's Life series in 2009, with the technique demonstrated by a whole group of bottlenose dolphins off the coast of Florida. Number 6. Orcas. If you've seen the documentary Blackfish, chances are you're aware of the plight of these beautiful creatures in captivity. Not only do they experience most of the same emotions that humans do, they have been seen mourning the loss of loved ones such as mates or offspring. That being said, in the wild, They're just plain ruthless and are known to be one of the most lethal hunters in the ocean. One of their favorite strategies is known as carousel feeding. Since it's necessary for orcas to consume the equivalent of 3 sea lions every day to sustain themselves, going after a single fish here and there isn't going to be sufficient. Instead, a pod of orcas will work as a team to herd a school of herring into one big mass towards the surface, and then knock out multiple herring in one go with a slap of their tail. They can then eat the herring, which were unlucky enough to be stunned by the force of their blow with other orcas in the group, keeping the school of fish together for the next round of stunning and feeding. Number 5. Pitcher plant. The term pitcher plant refers to several different types of carnivorous plant, all of which make use of deadly pitfall traps, which are mechanisms designed to ensnare their prey. Its victims are typically crawling insects or flies, which it attracts with nectar or visual, all lures onto a cupped leaf. This leaf is perfectly smooth, which makes it easy for its prey to fall into the pitcher plant's deep cavity, filled with liquid where it drowns. The pitcher plant also has a few tricks in its arsenal to prevent its prey from making an escape. These include waxy scales and downward-facing hairs, both intended to push its prey down to its doom. Once drowned in the liquid, the pitcher plant has various ways of extracting the nutrients from its catch, including dissolving the remains with enzymes. Before I reveal the next example, you should subscribe if you're enjoying the video. We upload amazing fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated, or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it. Number 4. Secretary bird. Don't let the gokey appearance and striking plumage of this bird fool you found in sub-Saharan Africa. This bird certainly packs a punch, or rather a stomp. Not many birds would be able to kill one of the deadliest snakes on the planet, the black mamba, but the secretary bird can do exactly that. Hunting and peers their typical prey consists of insects and mammals, such as mice, hares, and mongoose. Unlike most birds of prey, they hunt on foot, stomping on the ground to flush out their targets from any patches of tall grass. Once caught, their prey can be swallowed whole or stunned with a smack from the secretary bird's bill. When facing off against the black mamba and other large forms of prey, the bird will jump onto the snake and stomp hard in an attempt to break the animal's neck or back, and if this wasn't a big enough arsenal of hunting tactics. The secretary bird can also rip larger prey into pieces with its powerful feet. Number 3. Beetle larva. Most of us are aware of beetles. They live a nocturnal life in our garden soil and help gardeners out by feeding on pests such as ants and slugs, but before they become an adult beetle, these insects go through the pupua or larva stage, and that's where things get a little more terrifying. The larvae of the Apomanus beetle found in the Middle East are renowned for turning the tables on a typical bug predator, the frog. In fact, the larva's diet consists entirely amphibians. The larvae employ a number of tactics to coax their attacker to approach and strike first, including waving their antenna and moving their jaws faster and faster as its prey gets closer. One of two things will then happen. Either the larva will attack the frog, making use of its hooked jaws to latch onto its victim and literally eat it alive, or if the frog is very quick and manages to beat the larva, it will have to regurgitate it because the rule refused to die or be eaten. Once regurgitated, the larva will then eat the frog, as it will still be alive, so it will be eaten, and then eat the thing that ate it. After this grisly encounter, the larva first ingests the prey's bodily fluids before starting the chew through the flesh until only bones remain. For a beetle baby, this little guy is deadly. Number 2. Golden eagle. There are a few animals more majestic than this national symbol of Mexico, but this eagle is equipped with some legendary hunting techniques which make it a fearsome predator for its unfortunate prey. Although its typical choice of meal includes animals smaller than itself, such as geese, rabbits, and reptiles, it has a taste for larger animals too. One Smithsonian article details a brutal golden eagle attack in which the animal is caught on camera on the back of a deer with talon slashing. However, this was not an isolated incident. Eagles have been known to attack a variety of larger animals such as goats, lambs, and even juvenile brown bears. One extraordinary video shows an eagle swooping down to sink its powerful talons into a mountain goat before flying away, still clutching the animal. In such cases, the eagle can either take its prey back to its nest to feast or else drop the prey from a massive height to kill them. First, number 1. Seal. Seals are one of the most likely animals to be represented in cuddly toy form. But if you're a penguin, you'd think twice about giving your offspring a seal plushie, because they're terrifyingly effective predators. The leopard seal is one of Antarctica's top hunters, and when this seemingly innocent animal opens its mouth, it reveals sharp 1-inch canines. In size, leopard seals can be between 8 and 12 feet long, with a weight of up to 1,320 pounds. When it comes to hunting penguins, it has a stealthy and violent method of dispatch. The seal lies in wait underwater at the edge of the ice, ready to grab any unassuming penguin that comes close enough. Once it has its prey within its jaws, it will shake the penguin violently, slamming it against the surface of the water until it perishes. If you thought it couldn't get much worse than dead penguins, leopard seals have been filmed eating fur seal pups. What's more, there have been some reports of leopard seals displaying aggressive behavior towards humans. The most recent and most shocking being in 2003 when a leopard seal dragged the biologist underwater and drowned. Now that you know, if you were their prey, which of these predators would you find the most terrifying? Are there any others that you would add to the list? Let me know in the comments section down below, and thanks for watching.